Hello, this is Eric of Not BIOS Tech and Reviews, and welcome to my review of the Jecoo M20 computer speakers. This can be set up as a soundbar or as a speaker system, and it can also connect to Bluetooth. For setting up these speakers, we are going to set them up like such because we can't control them this way because the knob is right there. So we're going to have this as the bottom. So if you're setting up speakers, but what if you want to set up as a soundbar? We're going to have to slide the one side into the other. Mind you, this is pretty tight to do, to insert into place. And once you got it slid in though, there we go. We got a soundbar. So it's kind of a unique design. You may wonder about power draw. Well, USB, the standard itself, is 5 volts. Each speaker is rated for 1 amp each. 5 volts times 1 amp is 5 watts. So both speakers combined at 5 watts each is a total of 10 watts of power draw for your speakers.
USB mode.
That's kind of cool. We can also control now the side of our speaker. Press the different buttons and we can change our RGB, it seems, on this one. Mind you, I've never played with this yet, so it's kind of a learning experience. And now I can turn the RGB off if I want it off or turn it back on. Now there's different type of
Bluetooth
settings.
mode.
That was a double click.
USB mode.
And that was double click again on our control knob. And we also should be able to turn up our volume up and down using our knob right here. Wow, that was full volume. So that's how you know if you went to full max volume, it will do that double beep as we heard. So sound quality ain't too shabby for some affordable speakers, that's for sure. Now, how does it sound if I separate these things and put it in stereo? Let's try that out. When it comes to stereo separation distance, we have 3 feet distance from here to down here, and that measures out at about 93 centimeters.
These empty streets and hardwood in the shadows. You think I'm low, but you don't know how low I'll go. I've been hunting for it. I've been planning for it. I'm the villain. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I've been hunting for it. I've been planning for it. I'm the villain. Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Right now, what I want to test with these speakers, what happens if you power them off and on. And I have the microphone right here so we can actually listen to it. So I'm going to power these speakers off and on. I'm going to put music on right now so you can see what happens. So you hold the button momentarily to power them off, and you do the same thing to power them on.
USB mode.
Recognize and look in your eyes.
One thing to note, of course, is going to have some volume turned on when you power them back on. Now, what I want you to do is get some headphones or some good speakers. Go to listen to how it sounds, especially as you turn it up. Just get an idea for how it sounds bass-wise and everything else for these speakers. So let's check them out. Okay, let's start at mute volume and turn it up from there. Volume is turned off by the speaker. Let's go up.
Baby, until I die. Doesn't mean
That's pretty
that
loud.
we don't need a break sometimes. And I hate it when we fight.
And that's how loud it can go. So that can really get me in trouble in our apartment, which I live in. So, okay, let's be reasonable. Good volume, yes. So I'm going to play this music through my speakers and hear how it sounds.
Bluetooth mode.
Which means I have to connect this.
Device paired.
so you can control the Bluetooth volume through your mobile phone or the speakers themselves. Does it work? Yeah, we saw how easy it worked. I literally looked through my phone for Bluetooth devices, looked for M20, done. Simple. In fact, that was actually simpler than I thought. I thought I'd have to go to some sort of pairing mode, but no. Take it apart, that's where a lot of people are going to struggle. You're going to put your hand in the front of the thicker part of the arrow and hand in the front of that thicker part of the arrow to separate. You separate from the joint, that's where you put your hand, very close to that joint. Again, that's what you do. Not the top and bottom, right close to where the joint is. If I didn't know any better, I'd expect these to be, say, $49 to maybe up to $60 Canadian, or say USD 39 to maybe even up to $50. The power cable is a bit short at only 53 centimeters, which is about 4.5 feet. We can extend it using a female USB type A to a male USB type A, and then you can extend your cable range. Now we can also power with a power bank that you normally power your phone with to make it wireless and connect by Bluetooth. USB is the best way to connect for best audio clarity. And in terms of audio clarity, that's where the value really is in these speakers. Treble is not harsh like some cheap speakers are, and the bass, well, that drops off fairly quickly. Now, if you're looking for pounding bass in this price range, honestly, you're most likely to get very unrealistic sound. So for accuracy in sound, you're getting something very worthwhile. Now, another thing to note is even if you power it off by holding the button, you still get a bit of hiss. So if you're up close speaker, you may notice that, and that can be irritating to some, but that's just something to note for yourself, and they can be hard to separate. So if you skip to this conclusion, watch that part so I can show you the trick to make it easy to separate. Honestly, they're not bad whatsoever. Just know what you're getting, and that's the point of me doing this review. I was provided these by Jecoo. They had no say in what I say about these speakers, and this is my absolute honest opinion. This is Eric of Not BIOS Tech and Reviews. Have yourselves a most wonderful day.